We got the Boondocks on there, and now you guys have to decide who you guys want to kick off for Boondocks.
You got to sell it to us. Why is that your pick?
Why?
Like that literally, like in the same way that Afro Samurai was Japanese people appreciating Black culture in their own through their own specific lens for their own crowd, right? Not them trying to sell Blackness to Black people necessarily. Fucking Boondocks is a Black American show that just happens to be in the style similar to Japanese animation with the writing style of a political cartoon from a political cartoonist who went to my alma mater, University of Maryland.
Same here. Fear the turtle, baby. Fear the turtle. Same here.
So like without the Boondocks, I genuinely believe we would have been lost. I genuinely believe like we here in art even with the sometimes frustrating level of cultural consciousness like us Black nerds have, like even to have us as a small contingency, I don't think we exist. I think we die out after George W is elected after Clinton. If something like the Boondocks doesn't exist, if there wasn't still someone carrying the torch of maybe I'll let you guys find out about like who else was like a really smart comedic thinker back in like the 70s and 80s, but the Boondocks modernized that for a large portion of millennials and their younger sisters, making like shit that we all thought about or things that we wouldn't consider political comedy and things that we wouldn't consider comedy political in a ways that I think whether or not Aaron Gruder is like the Messiah or the Boondocks is like a perfect show, no one's trying to argue that, but we weren't the same after it.
So like I wanna agree with you because I also went to Maryland and he was huge there, and especially during my time there, right? Like I showed up like years after him, class of 2010, but I know John hates the Boondocks.
It aged badly.
He did a whole essay.
The
about
inherent
it.
anti-Blackness, the Black brunch, his refusal. My biggest thing is I feel like
I agree with you. My only argument is that we would be even further regressed without that as a stepping stone to keep the conversation like about the very PG-esque and like bougie Black anti-Black politics that Aaron Gruder even like embodied would have been lost without that. That's all I'm saying. I'm gonna shut up now. But
I don't know. It's just it like I feel like it's done more. Like so many people, like I say it in a lot of my videos. For one, a majority of Americans' media literacy is so bad they just straight up don't get satire. So they view the Boondocks just as this show saying, haha, Black people would be so much further if it wasn't for these ignorant niggas. Look at them. And a majority of people miss the joke so much. And my biggest thing, Aaron Magruder's refusal to critique the Black bourgeoisie, upper Black middle class, makes the Boondocks even worse. It's like he has no problem critiquing what he looks at as ignorant niggas or like. And he straight up hates Black women. And the Boondocks, when you watch it back, like this shit is wild. Yeah, wake up, Chad. Let's keep it going. But yeah, man, the Boondocks. I don't know, man.
So we can have Atlanta on, but we can have the Boondocks. That don't even.
Yes,
it's not
Atlanta.
You know what? I would remove Atlanta for the Boondocks.
Oh no, not at all. We not moving Atlanta.
I don't think you get it. I don't think you get Atlanta without the Boondocks.
I might have to agree with that.
When we look at this list, we got Atlanta, Wayans Brothers, My Wife and Kids, Sanford and Son, and Martin. I would kick off Sanford and Son because I didn't grow up on that one. And I don't have the emotional attachment. Like when you talk about like, there's going to be 10 years from now, there's going to be entire generations of Black kids making shows that grew up like, man, I didn't even know Afro surrealism was a thing because of Atlanta.
We can get rid of
but you know what's crazy? Yeah, because you know what? There's going to be kids growing up also in 30 years who are going to have grown up on Sanford and Sons, and that's like the crazier feed.
I don't
because
think
so. I have to be able to say that because we're saying that. Sanford and Sons is not even a generation older than us. It is 2 generations away from us, right?
Yeah,
So it's like the fact that I have it
But-
enthralled in my life in a very weird syndicated fashion that still, well, not I wasn't waiting for new episodes of Sanford and Sons, but it's still like
It was on.
it was on, and like the stories still felt relatable to me in like a very human way. That like we have to have the conversation about timelessness at that point that makes me want to respect the Sanford and Son in a way that just because of the age, I don't necessarily, even though I like Atlanta better, I can't extend it to Atlanta.
So I didn't grow up on it. So do y'all think it's comedy style influential? Because I can't really say.
I mean, it's Red Fox, you know, or I guess like if you don't know Red Fox, like like that. I'll let you go. Yeah,
I was gonna say, I think how much of that is where we were at technologically, where there were reruns. Where I don't know how much reruns are still gonna be a thing now because no one's really watching TV like that. Like everything is so I want X now. You know what I'm saying? So, and also, I'm not trying to upset anybody, and the dude who picked Sanford and Son isn't here.
Yeah.
Like he's not here, so like he can't defend it. Like I don't know. I don't really care for Donald Glover, just because like I was introduced to his stand-up. I never cared for his stand-up.
Yeah, I didn't like his
stand-up comic. So that kind of rubbed me the wrong way.
Wow,
but like again,
I wasn't 14 when somebody was making piss jokes. Okay.
No, I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Some of us were 11 when actually some of us were 13 when Weirdo came out. And
I was like 21. You know,
like I said,
I was at Love Nightclub.
I was never into his music, but I did like the one joint, the album that he did with Stay Woke with you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah,
with that record, the one that's kind of like his version of a Funkadelic album, a G-Funk album. I really like that. And
the album is it mixtape?
You know what I'm talking about? What's the name of that album?
Awaken My Love.
Yeah, Awaken. I really like that album, and I just like him as an actor. Like Mr. and Mrs. Smith was really good.
Yes,
Community. He was hilarious on Community. That's one of my favorite shows.
Because the internet, like his music was. I liked his music better than his stand-up. But again, we can get rid of Sanford and Son.
That's right. So, yeah, I think if
it's
Hero
the Maryland connection, it's the UMB connection. Is the only reason.
Two things to my choice. Actually, no, we're off the Donald Glover thing. I want trades instead of like rejections in the Voltron, which is why I'm voting for what I would vote to replace Atlanta. Because if we're going to have Boondocks, Atlanta kind of does seem repetitive if we only got 5 spots.
I don't see that. I feel like as a creative or like a younger creative, I would much more them be influenced by Atlanta, just because Atlanta offers critiques of different classes of Black people without the feeling of he really don't like them. Like I legitimately feel like
what about
class Black people.
What about this? Because like you can say you don't like Atlanta, or you can say you don't like Boondocks, even though we admit that Boondocks inspired Atlanta, and we want to platform Atlanta because it says better things. But you know what also inspired Boondocks? The Vince Staples Show, and you like the Vince Staples Show, I think.
Me? No, I wasn't a fan of it. I feel like
I don't like nothing, bro.